Hello everyone, thank you for joining me once again. Now in this video I am going to focus on solving a quadratic equation using the formula method. Now we know with reference to quadratic equations we can solve them in 4 different ways, but algebraically we can solve them using the factorization method, the formula method, and completing the square. But altogether, the 4 methods are factorization, formulae, completing the square, and the graphing method. Plus x plus c. And I would have shown you this equation before, the form of the quadratic equation, where a is the coefficient of the x squared term. You will notice me identifying each of them from this expression, which I'm now going to make an equation. All right, so I'm going to use this equation and I'm going to identify a, b, and c. A is the coefficient of the x squared term. In this case, the coefficient of x squared is 1. With reference to b, that's the coefficient of my x term. In this case, it is positive 7. So I'm just going to put 7. And c is the constant term, or the number that doesn't have a letter beside it. In this case, it is positive 12. So a is 1, b is 7, and c is 12. The quadratic formula says x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times the c, all divided by 2 times a. This does not change. Now the good part is they usually provide you with this formula on your examination or your test. Alright, so you may not have to memorize it. It's good too, but it's not compulsory. What we are going to do now is to substitute. We bring down our negative. We identify b. b is 7. We have our plus or our minus. Then we have our square root. We want to square b. b is 7. So I'm going to square 7. Then I'm going to subtract 4 times a is 1, times c is 12. Once I'm finished with that, I will divide everything by 2 times a is 1. Now I go to simplify. I'm going to begin to simplify by starting under the root. 7 squared means 7 multiplied by 7. When we do so, we will get 49. 4 by 1 is 4. 4 by 12 is 48. We divide everything by 2 times 1, which is 2. I trust that you're with me. It's pretty straightforward. Okay? We go under our root again to simplify. 49 minus 48 leaves us with 1. Now we can come a little closer. The square root of 1 is 1. So now, remember when we solve quadratic equations, we usually get 2 values for x. So I'm going to show you where we are going to get those 2 values from. All right? So look carefully. One time I'm going to add, one time I'm going to subtract. So look at what I'm writing. I have my negative 7. I'm going to add 1 in this case. And then in my next instance, I am going to subtract 1. And in each of these cases, we solve. So let us simplify. Minus 7 plus 6 will plus 1 will give us minus 6. And negative 6 divided by a positive 2 will give us a negative 3. So this is one of my answers. X is equal to negative 7 minus 1, negative 8. And so negative 8 divided by a positive 2 will give me a negative 4. So we can say x is equal to negative 3, x is equal to negative 4. And we have completed this question. This is the method of the formula. This is by way of the formula. And we would have already answered this question using the factorization method. Whichever method you choose to use, you should still get the same answer. All right? So of the 4 methods, we should all get the same answer. Again, this is solving quadratic equations using the formula method. This is our formula here. This is the quadratic formula. All right? Thank you.